Being a poultry farmer, you need to learn a lot of things and to know the advantages and disadvantages of a poultry farmer. Yeah, because you'll face challenges that can even lead to losing hope and quitting poultry farming. Today, I want us to share how I managed to collect eggs from my local chickens and enjoy the venture. Thank you so much for stopping here and watching my video. Continue supporting this channel by watching the video till the end. Welcome and stay tuned. In poultry farming, we have chicken breeds that lay eggs and they lay differently. So if you are interested with selling of eggs, you can go for layers. They are good in laying eggs. We cannot compare local chickens with layers because the egg production of layers is a bit higher than local chickens, but this depends on the interest of the farmer when choosing what to keep. Today I'm going to share with you my journey with my local chickens, what I do so that they can increase the production of eggs. These are some of the things that I do in my farm so that the production of eggs can be high, and you can also follow the routine, because if you do like this, if you do whatever I'm going to say here, you find that you increase the production of eggs. Even if you have local chickens, they will still lay if you follow the instructions. So there are some of these things that I do, and I'm going to I have some points that I want us to discuss so that you can be able to know exactly what you are going to do so that you can increase egg production in your farm. The first point I want to talk about is vaccination. Vaccination is very important when you are raising your chickens, because if you don't vaccinate your chickens, they will get sick. So the first thing you are supposed to do when you bring your chickens in your farm or chicks, you are supposed to vaccinate, because if you don't, in case they get sick, it will be very easy to control the disease than the unvaccinated ones. You'll find that some people will listen that buying vaccine, it is very expensive. But when the disease strikes your farm, you can lose everything. So vaccination is everything, because these diseases that are protected by vaccination, they have no cure. So I can urge all farmers, make a habit of vaccinating your birds, and they will grow without diseases, and also they will lay on time and start enjoying your fruits of labor. Like me, I always vaccinate my chickens, and then after some time I repeat the vaccination until and they become so healthy. Another thing I want to discuss with you is about cleanliness of your chicken coop. If you keep your chickens in a very dirty environment, your chicken will continue getting sick, and whenever they are getting sick, you know for sure that your chickens are not growing well, and so even they would lay in egg in laying. So make sure whenever where you're keeping your chicken, it's a very dry place, is a very good environment, and those who are using the litter system, make sure that you avoid pouring water on the ground, because once you pour water on the ground, bacteria will start multiplying, and once they multiply in your chicken house, they start causing diseases like coccidiosis, and you find that coccidiosis is always in your farm. So make sure when you are putting your water, don't let water to pour so much so that you can avoid diseases like coccidiosis, and this is a very dangerous disease that can keep you will keep losing your chickens. And also, when I say you should clean your coop, I don't mean that you should clean every day, but you should keep your coop very clean. Another thing I do is that I use quality feeds, especially when the chicks are very small. You should use quality feeds, because if you don't use quality feeds when the chicks are very small, you experience a lot of problems. So what I can urge you, when you have chicks, start your chicks with a quality feeds from a quality a company that has good feeds. And also, like me, I start with starter pellets. That is what I use. I give them at least a month so that they can be able to grow very well. Then after that, I shift to chicken mash. Then chicken mash until 2 months. Then after that, I can go to growers. But when you are shifting from one mash to another one, at least you should mix the feeds that you are using. When you are shifting to the other one, you should mix a bit so that they can be able to get used to that food. So don't just shift to the other mash. You should shift gradually so that they can be able to get used to the feeds. So make sure you use quality feeds, and if you use quality feeds, at least you'll find that your chickens will start growing well, and they will not have many problems. Make sure when you are feeding your chickens, put enough feeds that will take and get satisfied. And don't overfeed them, because overfeeding is also a problem. You might not get eggs. And if you underfeed your chickens, they will take long before they lay eggs. Also, when your chicken are about to lay, make sure you supplement them with calcium. Like you can use DCP and also vitamins to strengthen their bones and keep your chickens healthy. And this will also avoid cannibalism. This is pecking one another, and this can lead to deaths in your farm. And I once experienced this in my farm, and it was very terrible. Make sure you clean your feeders and drinkers well with soap, and make sure they are always clean to avoid bacteria buildup that can cause diseases in your chickens. Also, provide clean water to your chickens, and water should be always there if you want your chickens to lay eggs. Water is so important to chickens because they need water in the formation of eggs. Also, make sure you check your chicken regularly for the invasion of external parasites like lice and mites that can cause health issues. Heavy infestation can cause anemia, reduced growth, decreased egg production, and even death. So make sure you check on this and look for any solution to this problem. You look for any poultry dust and sprinkle in the coop and also on their bodies, like doodoo dust, savings. There are so many. This depends on your choice. Another thing is I have managed to do is to give my chickens enough space to jump around, because if your chicken house is small and you keep so many chickens, they will not perform well. due to stress. They need enough space to enjoy. Also, there are some other things that can make your chickens to get stressed, especially if the house has a lot of rats, can also affect the performance of the birds. Make sure you eliminate all the rats by all means, not to enter into the chicken house to avoid stress. Also be present in the farm so that you can be able to monitor your birds. In case of any disease, you can act very fast by treating the birds. You find some farmers, they don't appear on the farm regularly. They trust their workers so much and they come to regret later. Be there to make sure the equipment are washed thoroughly and the feeds is given correctly. I also supplement my chickens with pumpkins to boost immunity, prevent respiratory diseases, and also pumpkins has vitamins that can help the chickens to grow. I also supplement my chickens with cabbages, pumpkin leaves, kales, and this will help the eggs to get yellow yolk. I also observe biosecurity in the farm so as to avoid the spread of diseases that can affect my chickens from performing well and also laying eggs well. When you let so many people to enter into the chicken house, they might bring so many diseases. And so you are supposed to put water on the entrance of the chicken coop and put disinfectant to kill any germs or bacteria to pass to your chicken house. I hope you have learned something. If you follow those points, you can harvest a lot of eggs and the production of eggs will go up and you will enjoy the future. That is all what I had for you. Thank you so much for watching. Continue supporting this channel by subscribing, liking the video and sharing. For those who are very new to this channel, I'm Esther from Esther Farm and may God bless you all.